Well, good afternoon and happy Tuesday, Stampers. My name is Judy Anderson from judystamps.com, and I'd like to welcome my live viewers as well as those watching on replay to my Happy Stamping Studio. So, how has everybody been this last week? It's been snowing here. I just got in from shoveling snow, and it's known as that heart attack snow. So, today we are going to be using one of our all-inclusive kits. I've had quite a few of you asking some questions about them, and you wanted some ideas to do besides what comes in the kit. You want to see how to create the card as it comes in the kit, and then I'm going to be adding some other products to it. I haven't opened this kit up yet, so I may be grabbing some cardstock and some embellishments, or maybe even embossing powder or surprise for me and for you. So let's turn the camera around and get started. Be sure to say hi as you come in. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure how many of you attended my event this past weekend, but I'd like to thank all of you that did attend it. It was at a virtual event that I did with 5 other demonstrators from across the globe, and this was for our customers. But I am able to open it up to demonstrators. So if you are on my mailing list and you would like to find out how to get access to that, just watch. I'm going to be sending out a separate email later today letting you know how you can gain access to that. So as I said, I am using a kit today. And okay, this is the one of the Painted Wishes kit. This is not the new one of the newest kits that came out, but it is a newer one. It came out, I believe, last month, and I wanted to order it, and I didn't get a chance to use it before the holidays. So I am using it today. Now we got 2 brand new kits in there that are really cute. So be sure to check my online exclusives. So we got a pretty peacock, a Stamp and Spot, and I'm just going to put that right here. It fits in this silicone mat that comes with the Glass Mat Studio, and I will tell you a little bit later how you can get that if you are interested. So as you can see, this comes all wrapped. I'm just going to go ahead and open it down like this. And you get not only photographs, but you will get instructions also. You get everything that you need to create the projects, and you get some tear and tape, some gold cording, some pretty peacock, looks like self-adhesive sequins here, and some dimensionals. I don't see any dots, any glue dots, so that means that we don't need glue dots. And then you get some gorgeous envelopes, and look how they're printed, coordinate. The back is pretty peacock, and all of these envelopes are the same. Sometimes they do half and half, depending on the cards. We have some lemon lime twist pieces here that are going to go, and then some floral pieces here. And as you can see, these are pre-printed. These are great to do if you have seniors that have liked crafting in the past or still like to craft. These kits are good to do with them and with your children, teens, youngsters. So look at this. This is gorgeous printed, coordinating there. So we've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3 in this particular kit of that one. And then we have these printed mats. And then you do get pre-printed with the sentiment. And you will notice that they come in English, in German, in French, and I think, oh, I'm not too sure if that's Dutch or not. But thank you for your kindness. My mom would have loved this because I could have done it in German for her and some of my aunts and uncles on that side of the family, great aunts and uncles. Then we have three cards with this card base. And then we have these sentiments also. So you have a choice of sentiments or shapes. And this says, wishing the happiest birthday to you. So we have three and three of those. And then we have some more card bases. And these are three in a pretty peacock. So you have 9 card bases. And then we have these shaped. And it says, I feel so blessed to have a wonderful, kind, and amazing friend like you. So we have some different sentiments to choose from. We have 9 different cards that we're going to be able to make. And I'm going to give you, if your child is in high school and perhaps taking a language other than English, uh, this would be great to give their teacher a card with the sentiment on there. So here are the instructions. You get the pictures of what they um, envision the cards to look like, and then you will get these instructions. And it starts with number 1, and it's all visual. Okay, so that's, I know, mention their own. I can, if it's kind of like Legos. If they love doing Legos, and they love when I love doing, give them kits to do like this. So we are going to do, I think we're going to do this card as is. So it's going to be the first card, number 1. We are going to do as is. So I'm going to fold these instructions so I can follow them, and you can follow along. And so I've got to put that here. So it says for the number 1, you want to take your card like this mat, and you want to put some tear and tape on there. And I'm not quite sure why it's tear and tape, but we will find out. So let me open up my tear and tape. We've got the gold cording. Might as well open that all up while we're at it. Okay. So we have all our supplies ready, and I'm going to get my paper snips out. So it says to take your tear and tape and put 3 strips across here. So that's what we're going to do. You may want your bone folder and take your pick tool, your favorite tools, of course, the basic tools. And it's showing just to put that across the middle. So we're going to go ahead and do that, 3 strips across, like that. Now, the secret to tear and tape is when you go to remove the protective coating, you want to make sure you kind of give it a little rub. I call it a tummy rub. So, and then it says we need 14 inches of gold cording. So let's hope I can find the end real quick here. If not, we're just going to take it where we need to take it out of. Okay. Well, just going to snip that piece. Hopefully it'll be long enough. Okay, so 14 inches. It's about to there. So we'll snip that. And it's showing here to make a bow. And I'm looking here. Okay. So we are going to rub this. I'm just going to rub it here and see if I can peel it off real quick. I usually use my take your pick tool because it is easier. Get the one with the pointy tip and just pull that up. I'm kind of brave because I normally don't follow instructions. I take a look at the picture and then I just do it as I feel that I need to. So it shows here to put this on top of this, and it is only going to show on each end. Okay, so I'm going to move the instructions here. So, okay, to help if I did it straight. So, and you know that I didn't rub it yet, so I'm hoping that it comes off good. Okay, so if you have troubles taking it off, what you can do is if you have a heat gun, take your heat gun to below the, on the back side, and it'll heat up that adhesive and it's easier to take off. So I am going to look at it like this and just put this on. I think it's pretty even there. Okay, and then you're going to give it a good rub. And when you rub that, then it doesn't come off. Okay, and so then it says to make a bow and take a Stampin' Dimensional and put it on the back of the strip here. So you'll see here, it shows 2 dimensionals on a strip, and that is your sentiment strip. So we're just going to take one of our sentiments off. Well, let me separate these. Remove our sentiment. Now it only shows 2 dimensionals. I don't like when my middles sag, so I'm putting one in the middle too. Put this one here, one here, and then I like one in the middle so we don't get it snaggy. I want to see, so it's going to go like this, and it is showing it towards the right side here. So you're just going to take your ribbon, try to straighten it a little bit. Let's take our chads off. I'm just going to take the one off right now, and it shows you to make a bow, and it just shows you to loop it around. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it like this, loop that up, hold it with my finger. So we have one loop there, and then I'm going to hold it down there, and I'm going to do my other loop here and hold it, and my finger's stuck there, and put it onto that dimensional. So we have, it looks like a bow from the front, and I've got it upside down. So now I have to do it the other way. So recommend to you, this is the way it's going to go. You want the bow up here. So you want to turn it around this way to do it. So you do it right side up. So let's do that again. Take it like that. Hold the bottom, loop it around your finger, just like that, and then push it onto that dimensional, pull it up again, and I'm holding it on there just so I don't pull it off, and loop that. So we have our loops. Okay, and then these will come down this way. We're going to take the other ones off, and we are going to secure this right here. And you can put this, they have the flowers up, and this goes down into that space there. I'm going to put that here. Whoops, I just removed my little loopy there. Let's fix our loop. Okay, let's get that down just like that. Now you wouldn't have to do a bow there. You could just wrap it around and do it like you feel. I am going to add another dimensional just because I had my fingers all over that. I'm just going to add another one down just a little bit farther. You take that chat off just to make sure it sticks. So that's a little tip for you. Okay, and then it shows that we put this on to the pretty peacock base. And it is showing here some sequins here, but it shows you right up here, you're going to put a dimensional in each corner and then one in the center of this piece right here. So let's do that, one in each corner and then one in the center. And you know when I was looking for my supplies to add to this because I hadn't opened it up yet. I knew it was a floral kit. I thought, gosh, I don't know what I want to use. Do I want to use vellum? Do I want to use designer series paper? and stuff. And, I'm going to kind of go out of the box a little bit. And I think I'm going to use some paste. Okay, and then this just gets put right on there. And what I do with these is I kind of put them under and I let them sit for a little bit so that that unwinds a little bit. And then I will trim those off. But that is how quick and easy the cards are to be put together. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at the other two. And this one just has a sentiment on it, and this one has the florals all over. So I think I'm going to use this one and I'm going to take out some paste. I just want to try something just a little bit different, out of the ordinary that you probably wouldn't think of. So I'm going to get my paste tools out. And you know what? I'm also going to get my gilded leafing out. We may use a little bit of that too. Oh, you know what? I forgot the sequins. Oh my gosh. Thank you for whoever commented. Judy, you forgot the sequins. I sometimes forget that. So they show 2 and 1. So they show one here. And you can really put these wherever you want. And they showed a large and a small. Large one up here and one up here. Okay, so that's where I added those sequins at for a little bit of bling. Okay, so let's play a little bit. I don't have, I normally have a container of water here. I don't have that. So I do have a spray bottle that I keep water in. So we're going to have that so that I can clean up. Not too sure what quite yet I am going to do. We didn't have to stamp anything. This one doesn't have, this is a non-stamping. So I don't know why I got that. Maybe in case you want to stamp your own sentiment or verse on the inside. I need to wash my finger off. I just got it in that stamping spot. Okay. And I just got water all over the place. Judy, you need to be a little bit neater here. Okay. Just got smaller. I don't know what's going on here. Oh dear, I hope I'm still on. Yes, I am. Okay. Phew. Wasn't too sure what was going on. So say hello. Christine says hello from Slushy, Illinois. Yes, it surely is. And Janet's coming from Ontario, and Denise says hello from Arizona. So I'm going to get my card base out, and this is what the card base looks like. I am working on this glass mat. It shows this one is, see, is it vertical or horizontal? We can do whatever we want. It's a circle, so we could do it this way or this way. And we are going to be using the wishing the happiest birthday to you. Okay, so that's going to go in the center. So I want to first kind of plan, I'm going to move this to the side, kind of plan out a little bit where this is going to go. These colors look like mauve and petal pink. So I am going to get 3 inkers. Let me know if you have used our kits. I have some of my avid stampers say, oh, kits are too easy. I don't want to use the kits. And I'm also going to get Pretty Peacock. Re-inker. There we go. So we're going to use the Petal Pink and the Pretty Peacock. And this is my shimmery white paste. I always keep that foil on there. And also when I store this, I store it upside down so it helps keep it sealed so it doesn't dry out. I am going to just take a little bit because I don't need much. This is pretty runny. Okay, so I am going to just take a little bit to begin with. And I'm going to spread that into my silicone mat, my little palette here. take a couple drops of re-inker. It's always better to have to add color because once you get it dark, what you have to do to lighten it is you would have to put more paste in there, and then you're using a lot of your paste up. Okay, actually this looks a little bit darker than I wanted, but it's going to work. So I'm just going to take my palette knife and I am just going to push it down and up and just make some like swirls or whatever on here. I'm going to remove this. Okay, and let me get, hang on, I'm going to get something to bring that up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to get a box. I think this will help you guys. Oh, so much better, isn't it? I actually am looking into webcams that will zoom in for me. Because when I am on YouTube, people complain that I'm in a smaller visual. I have lines on the side. So, and they don't like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm going to wipe the edge of this off a little bit. I'm going to pick up some end. I want it strictly on the end here. And I'm just going to put some on here. So I am just adding a little bit of texture to these flowers with this paste. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And you all know me, I'm not perfect at all. I don't try to be perfect. I go with the flow. I was telling those that were watching us this weekend, I cut an emboss machine and it moved on me. So it was crooked. And instead of redoing it, which I could have done, I said, you know, I'm just going with the flow. We're using this, you guys. And, you know, they all actually appreciated that I showed them what they could do when they do a blunder, an opportunity. And I told them, I says, you know, these are just stamping opportunities. Don't feel you have to be perfect. And if it doesn't come out perfect, hey, it's okay, right? Okay. So can you see that texture that I've added to those flowers? Just so simply, I'm going to spread this out a little bit on this one. I think that those are a little bit too, oh, I don't know, too pristine. I don't want it so perfect. I'll put this and have it smooth out just a little bit. There we go. I wouldn't play with it too much because the more you play with it, the more you think you're going to get, you need to get perfect. Okay, I'm just going to grab a wet towel right now. I am going to squirt this with my card away. I'm just going to clean this out. I do recommend that you clean it out right away because it gets hard. Normally, I would put this in a my tin with water in it. I have like a little old baking tin that I use down here. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. Need to let this dry a little bit, but I'm going to do the same thing with some of the leaves and the pretty peacock. I'm going to use less ink though. And actually, I think I'm going to use two colors. You guys ever use two colors with your paste? I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So I'm going to take my paste. I'm going to put it in here like that. Make sure you put your lid on. The foil is down. You can also, and then when I store it upside down like this, so the lid is on the bottom. Some people also put it into a Ziploc baggie. Okay, I am coming over here and I want to grab my granny apple for my lemon lime twist. Okay, so I grabbed lemon lime twist. So what I'm going to do, I shake up the re-inker. I want to put a small dot of the lemon, 2 dots of the lemon lime twist. And I'm going to mix this half up a little bit. Okay, it doesn't have to be all the way mixed in because that's going to give you some variation of color also. Okay, so I have that. Now, your pretty peacock is a deep, deep color, you guys. So if you can get like a half a dot, there, I just got a little bit out, touched the tip to the paste, and let it go in there. So that is going to be darker. Okay, so I have 2 colors here. So you want to wipe off your palette, and we are going to take our cardstock here, and I am going to bring my palette through both colors. Okay, so I'm picking up both colors. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just put some color right there. And I'm following the edge of that leaf and just going up. Okay, and you don't need a lot of ridges. I'm going to need to go down here. Just follow the end, and you've got paste on there. Can you see that? Right there on those 2. Then I'm going to turn it around. And I'm going to go down the middle again. I want to get some of this dark, so I'm going to push it to that side a little bit. Just go in and grab it. And now I'm going to go into these leaves. Got to move this. I don't have quite enough room. You see me pick it up. So I'm going to go onto these leaves here. So this leaf is behind. So I'm going to go in and just put some there. And I'm going to go on top of that and add some above on that leaf. I'm going to pick up a little bit more and do this side. So I'm just going to go to that tip, pick it up, rub it down to that tip, pick it up, and do the same here. And then I'm going to go up the middle all the way to the end of that leaf. I need a little bit more. I'm going to pick up a little bit more dark this time. And I'm holding it kind of like a pencil or like a paintbrush sometimes. I hold my paintbrushes this way. Just look up the middle and like that. Okay, I've got some leaves up here. I want to do those too. So I'm dragging it halfway into the light and halfway into the dark. It blends together, so don't get real picky about how it is. I'm just going to go there and there. Really don't want it all over my box. Now I'm going to lift it the other way. Just flip my palette knife a little bit and just kind of go to the outside so it forms those leaves. I'm going to get a little bit more. Let's kind of flatten this side a little bit. Okay, so now I want this leaf, and this leaf is coming down inside, so it's doing the opposite. So for that one, I'm just going to pick up some light. Okay, I want that leaf to be a little bit different, and I'm going to do something different. I'm going to start at the tip and come down. And then it moves out here, so I'm going to take my palette knife and I'm going to move it out and then down. And I'm going to do the opposite on that side. Okay, and then I've got this leaf here, so I'm just going to grab some light and just add some paste here. And all I'm doing really is creating some texture on here. I'm not really creating the leaf shape. I'm just adding texture and shimmer. Oops, like quite a bit there. Let's just do, okay, let's go back out. Shape it just a little bit so it doesn't look like a blob. Okay, I'm going to clean off my palette. And then for all these dark leaves, I go in and I am just going to take the dark and just add a little bit of paste And it's not forming the entire leaf. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm not forming that entire leaf. I'm just getting some paste on there to give it a little bit of dimension. And it doesn't take much. Whoops. Okay. Gotta pick that up. Hang on. Just pick that up. Just scrape it with your palette knife. Move it. Move it. So anyways, you can, up these leaves or up these kits any way you want. You could do some embossing on here. You could do some coloring with your blends. Oops, this is getting kind of clumpy here. Just adding a little bit. Doesn't have to be much. I'm just pressing and lifting. Making sure that I have paste on the tip so that when I do this, I'm just getting a little bit of texture there. I'm not trying to color. All I'm doing is adding a little bit of texture to some of the leaves. I'm not even doing all of them, just doing some of them. And you do need to let this dry a little bit. And I know you guys are going to say, well, how long do you let it dry, Judy? Well, it depends on how thick it is. I've got some spots in here that are pretty thick, and they will take a little bit to dry. See how I'm just kind of splatting those down? Doesn't have to be perfect. Just adding a little bit of texture. That one there, let's get this one here. So I'm just pressing straight down. There we go. This one really got kind of clumpy. I'm gonna remove some of that. There we go. I'm gonna remove a little bit more. Oh, I got some green here. Hang on. See, that's already drying. Okay, I just want to straighten this one out. It looked like a big blob instead of the effect that I wanted. There we go. Okay, so we have that done. I'm gonna let it dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the directions. So it says the happiest birthday. So I am going to have that. I'm going to take it and I am going to put it on dimensionals. I'm going to put some dimensionals here. 3, 4. Okay, I don't know on this one actually if they had some gold cording, but I think they do. And very similar to the other one, they did a big bow. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this out and I'm going to move this now because it's way too close to my camera. There we go. Unwind some. I don't know if this is got this piece here. This might be enough for part of it. I'm just going to wrap it around 4 fingers. And then I'll wrap it around 4 fingers loosely. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it. I didn't see what the measurement was on that. I'm pretty sure most of them will probably be about 14 inches. And you're going to see that this loop is bigger than the other loop. And right now, see how it just kind of squiggles? I actually want that, but I am going to flip it. And when I say flip it, all I'm going to do is take my finger and roll it. Okay, and what that's going to do is it's going to take one of the loops and have it go this way, and then the other loop is going in the other direction. And what I want to do is I want to put this onto here, and I'm going to put one in the center to hold these. And I just put it on just like that. I let it do its own thing, you guys. It's not supposed to be perfect. Like, I know, I know, I even try, I like how that ribbon looks or that cording looks behind that. I wonder if I can duplicate that. Believe me, the artist that does these samples, they couldn't even duplicate what they did the first time again. So we want to just get these loops so they go to the outside. And I'm going to put this happy birthday to you in the center. Try not to touch any of that paste, but you know, my paste is drying pretty good. So we have that. We've got the gold coating. I will mess with that gold coating a little bit once this dries, and I am going to go ahead and put on a couple of sequins. Not like I don't have enough bling with that iridescent paste. I will tell you, we do have, oh, where do I want? I think I want 3 of them right over on this side. I haven't looked at my directions, so I'm not too sure how they did it, but like I said, I don't always follow instructions really, really good. Then you just fold this and it would be done. But see, can you guys see that paste on there? And so it adds texture. So that's, you know, these kits are great, you guys, to have around to make cards and just play with them. I could have done that in Moody Mauve also, but I chose a lighter color. You could use wild wheat also for some of the leaves. But once this dries, this will become iridescent looking and not so thick looking. But I just love this. I love being an artist with what they give us. And you know, I would just put the paste right here, play with it a little bit on the side. I do want, let me move this out of the way. I do want to put it in the silicone mat and get that paste out of there. I'm not too sure if I could just crack that out later underwater. You know, if that got hard, if it would just come right up. This is silicone, so I'm imagining that it would. But I just don't want to tempt fate since it's the first time I've used it with the paste. So, and don't let the paste intimidate you guys. You know, I was thinking of taking, and you know what? I will, since this is drying. I'm going to add a little bit of that gold gilding on here. So, how am I going to do that? You think? Because you could do it with the heat liquid glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a small dot and I will just put a little bit of glue in a couple of spots, okay, on those leaves. And I do want that to tack up a little bit. It doesn't, once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. So this is really light on here, maybe a couple of the tips, maybe a little bit in here to this little mottled background back there. Okay, so got that on there and you can see the white. So I'm gonna just wave this a little bit so it dries a bit. Once again, you can use your heat gun to dry it, but you need to be really careful because you don't want to overheat it to dry it. Just let it tack up. I normally let it sit for, about 5 minutes, but I don't want to bore you guys for 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is, since my hands are all full of gunky stuff, oh, I don't have my toolbox here. I have it on the other side because I used it. Okay, so my embossing tools. So I'm just going to take some gold leafing and place it on top. Let's put it here on this glue. So yeah, you can use, you know, the heat and stick powder if you want. You can use a two-way glue pen. We don't carry those anymore. You can use your liquid glue. I don't know. I don't recommend using a glue stick. Glue sticks, you guys, you know, when that glue dries, it has a tendency of flaking off. So I have never, ever been a fan of glue sticks, period. Even with my kids, I wouldn't give them glue sticks. I'd give them plain old Elmer's glue. Okay, so I'm just going to put those on here right now, and then we'll tap them off. So you're going to notice I'm taking some of the little shards off the side here because we don't need really big pieces. I just want a little touch of this gold. Yeah, so how many of you have gotten our kits and added to them? Um, like I said, I know a lot of people say, oh no, the kits are too simple. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love the kits. I love the paper pumpkin kits. I love our all-inclusive kits. What's nice about our all-inclusive kits and our kits that are in the kit collection is that you don't have to subscribe. You can just go in there and buy a kit. Sometimes you get a stamp, sometimes you don't. Okay, so I'm not going to rub at these right now because that glue isn't really dry, but you get the effect. Let me close this up because it likes to float all over. Okay, knock that off and look at that. So do you see just those little flecks of gold on there? And we have brought this card up a whole notch. Yeah, yeah, Chris, it really enhances the flowers. And Janet says, yeah, she loves adding things too. You could add rhinestones, just anything you want. You could change the ribbon out if you wanted. But I like using what I get and then just enhancing it. And you guys, if you were to see this in person, it really pops. It really does. I'm very happy with this. And can you see how when some of the paste dries, you don't see it, you just see these thicker, a little bit thicker areas. And even this here and this where it was kind of clumpy, it's drying and you can see the leaf underneath now. And see the little touches of gold there? I just love that. I will rub it once my glue is good and dry. So the first card we did, oh, is here someplace, is right here. And like I said, I will trim this off a little bit once these kind of lay down and stuff. And these are gorgeous cards, just as they are, and so much fun to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a little bit different. It wasn't a project that I came up with to share with you, but a kit. And another thing is right now, don't forget it's celebration. So with every $50 here in the US, you can choose a product for free out of the celebration catalog. And yeah, oops, sorry. So out of the celebration catalog. Okay, but if you go to the back of the catalog, almost on page 17, you will see right here, you will see the glass mat suite. So if you join my team during celebration, as long as they still have them in stock, you can choose either the glass mat suite, which is the glass mat, the silicone palette, and a cleaning cloth that I have right here. I forgot I haven't shown you guys this because I haven't seen you since this all came in effect. So here's the cleaning cloth. And it's just like our chamois, but it's thinner. And I actually like it because it's more pliable. So you can choose that for free if you'd like to join my team. And it's a $60 value. Or you can choose to get an additional $30 in product for free. If the choice is yours, but obviously the better deal is the glass mat. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to contact me. I'd love to answer your questions for you. So I enjoyed today. I will post photos of these when they dry up in the group. And so until we meet again, everybody, happy stamping.